Hey, it's Delisa here, and today I am doing a vocal analysis on the beautiful and lovely Miss Anita Baker. Anita Baker is super hard for me to analyze because she has this full cavernous, dark, rich sound of a contralto, but she doesn't have the tessitura of a contralto. It's very much mezzo soprano to soprano, the ease with which she sings. She has this vocal placement that I don't know if you would call it froggy, but it's like her soft palette's too high. And here's the thing, it's like you almost feel like you're cheating the song if you don't sing with that same dark placement. But what I've realized with my own voice is I can't carry it up through, let's just say like the middle, operator and my baby on the line. Da-da-da. We had a horrible I was out of control. Like you want to sing it like that, right? Operator, get my baby on the line. It's just not the same. Like what makes it beautiful is that rich darkness that you want to add to it, but it just, like I said, it's not. And I feel like it's partly natural for her, but I really was listening for glimmers of that not being present. And that was really difficult because I feel like it's second nature for her to do it, but I don't think she was born just doing that with her voice. I feel like that's something she picked up along the way, that the way he shouted, the way that I screamed, that's a bit dramatic for anyone else to do, right? So, there are moments, but it's literally when she's in a full belt on like an E5 or something like that, where it's just and you can actually like hear a full I don't want to say the word tainted, but unaffected note from Anita Baker. So let's talk about her range. I'm sure her range is more than what I've heard, but I just have like an E flat 3. The C5 is her money note, and I did a video on like Sade, and usually a C5 is a money note for more like mezzo sopranos. When I say a money note, like the C5, the belt, like that's usually the big note of the song. So like usually Adele is gonna really belt on that note, or an Erica Campbell, that's like their money note, like the C's and the C sharp 5s. So that's why I feel like she's not a contralto, because you look at somebody like Sade and you look at somebody like Jessica Reedy, and that's kind of a stretch. You know what I'm saying? For them, that's like the biggest chest note in their range, whereas somebody else, they can comfortably blossom on that note. So, yeah, once she gets to like D5, E5, I think I even heard her go up to an F5, possibly. I'm talking in a full belt. It definitely changes. It becomes, I'm trying to find the word. I hate to say the word shrill, because shrill almost has like a negative undertone to it. And I don't want it to be that, but it's definitely not the sound that she starts off with that's like rich and relaxed. There is some tension there. I think it sounds great though. So I'm definitely not saying it sounds tense, and it's because here's the thing, usually with like a mezzo soprano, once they get above like a C, C sharp 5, you're going to hear like a deterioration in the tone. It will start to kind of thin out a little bit. You just won't hear as much richness in her tone, and her voice sounds amazing. It sounds full. She doesn't sound like she's at the top of her range necessarily. She just sounds like she's finally opened up more and more and more. So I do wonder, like, what does she really have in her? And that's why I'm saying it was difficult for me to even make the determination, like, okay, she has to be a mezzo, but I mean, I just think her voice is great. I don't know. Let's see. Anita Baker's, I actually put on here, yeah, probably shouldn't say that though. Like, okay, Toni Braxton is a mezzo, right? Because here's the other reason why I feel like she's a mezzo. Toni Braxton is a mezzo. She has this deep, rich tone, and she does this weird stuff when she's low as well. But then when she starts getting into like an upper chest register, she kind of has to throw all that darkness away and kind of get bright in order to like hit all of the higher notes, right? And so I feel like Anita Baker is like Toni Braxton's voice, like on steroids. It's like it's the more built out version. It has more color, more weight, more dexterity, more fluidity. Let's see. I talked about what made her unique. She sings with a weird placement. She keeps the sound dark. Let's see. Yeah. I feel like I said everything I wanted to say about her. Anita Baker is honestly one of the best. I mean, look who you're talking to. I personally think she's one of the best female vocalists on the planet. She's just really hard to imitate or learn from because of that. It's hard to replicate that and sustain that in another voice. Like, you know, for me, or I would imagine somebody else would have a hard time doing that all the time. But otherwise, I think she's fantastic. I mean, she just makes it look so effortless that you want to sing along with her till you realize you can't. So that's my little analysis on it.